E3 isn't just about what games are announced, it's about how they're announced. Every year the major players, except for Sony in this case, get up on their respective stages and do their best to wow us with the most explosive presentation they can muster, and 2019 was no exception. Here's how we thought all the major conferences ranked from most exciting to least. The new look at Final Fantasy VII gameplay definitely turned heads, but a disappointing reveal of Marvel's Avengers that showed next to no gameplay left people wondering what kind of game this is. The announcement trailer for Outriders, a co-op shooter from People Can Fly, seemed interesting, but once again, no gameplay. There's also a third game coming from Tokyo RPG Factory called Oninaki, and a top-down racing game called Circuit Superstars. Outside of that was slim pickings: a Final Fantasy VIII remaster, a remake of Romancing Saga 3, a port of the Japanese Vita game Saga Scarlet Grace, and a remaster of The Last Remnant that's out now. The show ended rather abruptly and gave the impression that it just didn't have enough material to justify itself. EA's show started strong, leading with the strength of 15 minutes of gameplay from Respawn's highly anticipated action game, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. But after that, there weren't any surprises to follow up with. Aside from brief looks at Madden 20 and FIFA 20, which was all live-action footage, the remainder of EA's conference was about updates to existing games, a preview of Apex Legends Season 2 content, a set of incoming Battlefield 5 maps, and The Sims 4's 7th expansion. Though it wasn't without excitement, it was a fairly typical conference for EA. If anything, it was marked by a distinct lack of announcements of actual new games. While most conferences like to start out with a bang, Bethesda's show was decidedly backloaded. Stick around until the end and you'll be treated to great moments from Doom Eternal and Wolfenstein Youngblood, and intriguing announcement trailers for Ghostwire Tokyo from the creators of The Evil Within and Deathloop, the new game from the creators of Dishonored. But in order to reach them, we had to endure obligatory updates on Fallout 76's Better Late Than Never NPCs and Battle Royale mode, and the Elder Scrolls Online's already launched Elsewhere expansion. Then there was the announcement of the Elder Scrolls Blades coming to Nintendo Switch, which would have been more exciting if it were a good game when it launched on mobile devices. And while the heartwarming thank yous from Bethesda's employees were nice, it's not really what we're here for. It's fairly well established by this point that John Barenthal's dog, Bam Bam, stole the show. Sure, Ubisoft unveiled the wildly ambitious Watch Dogs Legion and its geriatric yet ruthless mascot Helen, as well as Barenthal's own Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Breakpoint. But the way Bam Bam sat there like a very good boy the whole time his human was laying out ways to collaborate as a team to silently murder people is just hard to get past. He certainly wasn't overshadowed by an expansion for Honor, the new co-op Rainbow Six Quarantine, the colorful free-to-play Roller Champions, or Just Dance 2020 coming to the Wii for some reason. An all-you-can-eat $15 a month Uplay Plus plan was nice, but only the blatantly Breath of the Wild-inspired gods and monsters came close to unseating Bam Bam from his lazy throne. In games-adjacent news, Ubisoft also brought out It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia's Rob McElhenney to show off his new comedy about an egomaniac creative director making an MMO, a bit that could have used more actual jokes, frankly. And announced a Tom Clancy's The Division movie project starring Jake Gyllenhaal and Jessica Chastain that's being made in partnership with Netflix. With no Sony to contend with this year, it was Microsoft's E3 to lose, but it was neither a resounding victory nor a failure, just a middle-of-the-road performance with a few high points that kept it from getting dull in its long 90-minute runtime. Xbox certainly backed up a dump truck full of video games and unloaded on us, showcasing 60 different games, the long-awaited new Elite controller, and a glimpse at a new Xbox that, by all indications, will be faster than the previous Xbox One X. There were too many games to list here, but Microsoft trotted out its biggest names in Halo Infinite and Gears 5, along with borrowed ones like 2K's Borderlands 3, Techland's Dying Light 2, Bandai Namco's The Elden Ring, and CD Projekt Red's show-stopping Cyberpunk 2077 announcement by none other than Keanu Reeves. We got looks at games from Microsoft's newly acquired studios, The Outer Worlds from Obsidian, Bleeding Edge from Ninja Theory, and Psychonauts 2 from Double Fine, the latter of which was added to the list of Microsoft Game Studios at the show. And we saw the launch of Game Pass for PC as well as the Game Pass Ultimate tier, which gives you access to both Xbox and PC games. There were even a fair number of new game announcements, including the return of Microsoft Flight Simulator, Tales of Arise, Minecraft Dungeons, a surprisingly spooky Blair Witch game, a LEGO expansion for Forza Horizon 4, and the new Borderlands 2 DLC were all crowd-pleasing surprises. The final trailer, which showcased the resuscitation of a once-again space-floating Master Chief before ending in a dramatic and heroic fashion, hit the right notes, but the lack of gameplay showing him doing the shooty action he does best was a little disappointing. How do you get gamers to swallow the bitter pill of a delay until March 2020 for Animal Crossing New Horizons? How about announcing that you're working on a follow-up to The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild? Yep, that'll do it. Nintendo's Direct hit almost all the right notes with its steady stream of announcements, updated looks, and release dates. Highlights of the show included the Switch remake of Link's Awakening, Luigi's Mansion 3, the No More Heroes 3 announcement, a crazy Dark Crystal Tactics game, and some surprising Smash Bros. DLC that borrows from some of Microsoft's characters. It closed with a torrent of ports, including the legendary RPG The Witcher 3. Well done, Nintendo. What did you think of the conferences? Which was your favorite? What are you hoping for next year? All these questions and more can be answered in the comments below. So get on down there, punks!